very close by some cliffs, very, very similar to your setup here, Ashley. But again, you still manage to fly them. That's the main thing. Once you can get them on the loft from youngsters, they're all right.
They're all right from there, and they tend not to drop anywhere else unless they're under a lot of pressure. And like I say, they will drop on this near roof. It is inbound, so I tend to time in more times than what I'm disqualified.
But can I say to you, if your birds say drop on that particular building there, do you find it takes longer to get them in?
Well, the system that I employ is I call the bears with a whistle. So at the end of the day, when they've totally fled out and they hear the whistle, they associate that with food, water, and they seem to perk up, and from wherever they're perched or roosting, they'll be straight in.
So that's another first I've come across is calling them in once they've done the fly with a whistle. So that's something else. We always learn something every day in this game. Can I just, again, there's an unusual setup here of where the droppers are, which is a perspex front, and I presume you just open the front up and out the droppers come.
That's right. The reason I use a perspex front is because I keep the droppers so hungry, and the perspex helps to keep the heat in the
and that keeps the body temperature
coop, and then that keeps it so that they actually use the food for keeping the body temperature up.
Can I ask you, when your birds obviously come out to work, do they go that way back?
They go back in through the perspex doors.
So there's no problem there. They work to the food, obviously.
Work to the food.
So there's no sections inside your pen for your droppers. No. And what have we got in there? Probably 15, 16 droppers?
There's at the moment there's 12 droppers.
There's 12?
To start me for next year.
What overpowers me, Ashley, is when I stand here, is the height of your loft. Obviously I know we've got an 18-inch stand to get up to your loft, but again, when I look here, when I look at your trap, and I haven't seen a trap like this before, Ashley, because what Ashley does, this particular trap is on runners, so he can work two sections from it. There's a section there and there's a section here, and this actually slides across, and I can assure you it slides quite easy. Now when this slides, Ashley, which way do your birds get into your trap?
Well, at the back of the trap there's a blank door which slides across.
Yes.
And I'll get the birds in and out through that slide.
So you've got no access of like getting up to the birds. Once the birds are there, they'll come through without any problems.
That's right, yeah. That's right.
So that's fine. So again, it's a setup what suits this particular space. And you couldn't have planned it basically any better. I notice you've got your louvers there.
Yeah, the louvers I've put in for ventilation. I've also got a 2-inch or a 6-inch gap in my young bird pen along the rear of the pen for the ventilation.
Again, we've got the airflow all the while going through your loft. Right, what we'll do now, Ashley, we'll go into your flying section, and we'll have a look at that. In the flying section, we've got the kit boxes, obviously at the top. I presume, are these kit boxes used for youngsters?
Well, this is my young bird pen, Ken. So all the youngsters which I'm flying, or which I will be flying like for next year, will be fled out of this pen. The reason being is that at the latter end of the day, it faces the sun and it gets the sun.
I'm with you. And I can see again, we've got the grid system here on the half-moon perch for them. And what happens at the bottom, Ashley? Are these just, again, them just kept here as youngsters?
Well, the bottom section I'll just keep for spare birds. And the pigeons in there at the moment are more stock hens. Yes. Which I'll keep there through the winter. I'm not actually going to breed in this in the garden for next year, so I should have plenty more space for me flying.
Yeah. So these are your stock ends, obviously, for next year.
That's right.
Do you find you breed many prints?
I've got quite a few light colours, that's prints, and I shall be breeding mottles. And also I should say blues.
Yes.
And a few cremies and silvers.
Going back to Jimmy Johnson when we went there, I didn't, whether he got any, I don't know, you could probably tell me, if he got any prints in his family.
There's prints in the family, yeah, and I've got really a mixture of half and half. I find the prints and the mottles equally as good, if not better, than the blues.
The blues.
For flying.
Yeah. Do you find you get any problems with the colours with